Okay. So Arter has the same question. Well, Arter, the thing with Arter is that Arter, I love the dude, for sure I do. But I've seen it before in the past where sometimes Arter does not answer every question. Or he doesn't translate every question. Arter, he proactively doesn't translate the Gooner shit. And I want that shit. I want everything. I want everything, dude. When you have Sanadachi is getting horny as fuck, talking about, girls, Nami's titties and shit, I want it all. I want every fucking question. Give it to me. But he won't translate that. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on. I want that. I want to see the real Achira Oda. All right? Not what we get on the screens. Well, not what people say about it. I want to see the real nigga, the real Achira Oda is in the SBS. That's the real Oda right there. All right, the Gooner Oda. The guy that's like, hey, is Nami wearing anything in her LBF outfit? Because where are the panties? Oda's like, let a man dream. Like, oh shit, what the fuck? That's the real Eiichiro Oda. That's the real nigga, okay? No skimping nothing. All right? Shit. All right. So, on that note, finally here, SBS. Took some time to get here, for sure. Actually, what I'll probably do, too, is that on the stream for YouTube, I will try and put a tag what's separate between SBS and what's separate between SBS and the chapter. Wait, can I do that for Twitch? How do I do that? Can I put like a tag halfway through this thing or no? Fuck. I've learned more of Twitch system because I think you can do that. I just know how to do that. Match prediction, sub only, manage poll, stream together. No. Edit stream info. Nah. Clip that. Create channel. No. Fuck. Yeah, the fans need to know who Oda is. Yeah, true. I don't know if I can do it for Twitch though. I thought I could. Either way. All right, let's go. So, One Piece, and hopefully the text not in the way too much, right? Let me know if text is like in the way too much. Just let me know. Because I'm trying to make sure it's like in a nice area so you guys know what's going on. One Piece SBS 115. First SBS question. Reader, whose no. Hey, see, Arter wouldn't translate that. Arter would not translate. That's question 1, by the way. That's question 1, bro. Whose panties is Shanks peeking at in his wanted poster? Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Frame 1, panties. He's not looking at any. Go get beaten up by Shanks fans. Typical. Oda himself. Reader number 2. Okay, so this is reader number 2. Okay, reader, this is Omanma. What? Omanama. Oh, whatever. Onmanma 2. Odachi, you can rest easy now. I sprayed some Sanada repellent spray. Sanada won't be showing up anymore. You understand that this shit has to clear Oda, right? Sanadachi is like the peak Gooner. In fact, Oma 2 is here. That could be Sanada, honestly. Whoa, they actually, so we have, whoa, they actually sell something like that? Thanks, that really helped. ... Reader Sanada. Oh my God, dude. Of course, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Sport didn't work. Yeah, true. Sanada Dachi spray did not work. See, Arter, this whole page, he would not translate. But I wanted. Reader, Sanada, quiz time. What is Nami's social technique? Number 1, boob press. Number 2, boob slap. Number 3, boob beam. Radical nipple beam. Yes. Oda's a hinge. There you go. Here's your mangaka, boys. Oda, That's a tough choice, but I'd definitely be the happiest with the boo press. Wait, that's not it. Senator! Hey, number 2. Senator, the previous question. That spray isn't working at all. Quick, spray more of it. Psst, psst. Look, he multiplied. Senator multiplied. Look at some fucking... Look, Japanese humor is very quirky. You have to get used to it, right? Japanese humor is not something that people are accustomed to. It's actually, there's a lot of sexual humor in Japan. There's a lot of it, okay? You wouldn't see that same level of sexual humor that you see in the West. You would not see that. It's not possible. But Japan has a lot of sexual humor, without question, dude. Yeah, excellent. Like, this whole fucking page is out of pocket. And I love it. All right? I love it. Like, part of me wishes I was born Japanese a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I only would imagine how funny it is once you understand the language. Honestly. But sacrifice the melanin? Never. Okay, so that was a pretty interesting first page for the SBS, honestly. Also, again, boys, make sure your shit's lined up right. Okay. Now, SBS, here we go. More. I'm assuming now comes like the more real shit, okay? Because after Oda like trolls and shit, because sometimes he trolls like here and there, but that's not the main focus here, obviously. But he loves trolling. So, reader, if there is a country where the long arm tribe live, like the Tenagana kingdom, long arms are so long. Okay. Is there also a kingdom where the long lived tribe live? Also, I heard there used to be a kingdom named Ruskina, and I'd love to know its name. Yes, the long lived tribe country is the Ashina Gainone kingdom. Your legs aren't long, aren't they? Okay, interesting. The former kingdom of Ruskina, Ruskaina. The former kingdom of Ruskaina was the... What now? The Otakani? The Otakanai kingdom. Oh, so you're here? What the fuck? Okay. Is that where Luffy trained with Rayleigh? That was Ruskaina? The Otakana kingdom. Okay. All right, that's interesting. I don't know why it's named that way, but okay, fair enough. Reader, Ruskaina sounds way cooler than that, honestly. Reader, I always look forward to reading your work. I have a question regarding Gloriosa. Is she modeled after Bridget Barat? Is she? Let me see this. A French actress and singer. All right, chat, let's judge this. Because I'm assuming I'll always say yes, because he mentioned it. Gloriosa? At her peak, later life. I mean... Yeah, except not blonde. Yeah, I can see it. How does someone catch this, by the way? How did a Japanese fan catch Oda modeling Gloriosa after a French actress? Fuck me, dude. Huh? These guys are perceptive. They're fucking... Yeah, how do they do this? Like, no lie. Sometimes Japan just scares me. Like, these guys are fucking on point. Okay. Oda. What? Oh, it's right here. Jesus Christ. They're right here. I just had to... Okay, I have to go down. What you noticed is exactly right. If you look up her online, you'll see it instantly and totally get it. In the first place, Elder Nyan's features were referenced based on the concept of what happens to a beautiful woman grows old. So she is modeled after the youth and later years of that beautiful French actress. Okay, that makes sense. Age is age. Some people age like fine wine, others age like milk. It just depends, you know. Holy shit, we just did a video on Polo Graham. Is Polo Graham, who appeared in chapter 1165, Marco's father? No! I just did a theory on this 2 days ago. Chocolate blue. Theory's dead. It's gone. Well, at least it predated the SBS. It's Polo Graham, who appeared in chapter 1165, Marco's father. When you connect the names, I discovered it's Marco Polo wordplay. Of course it is, dude. Yes, no hiding anymore. Is there? Laughs. That's correct. That man's Marco's. That means Marco's full name is actually Polo Marco. At the time of the Gaba incident, Marco was already born. Yes, but so the river cards are correct. But he wasn't a pirate yet. Following the death of Graham, who became Whitebeard's partner. From that point on, Whitebeard took his son, Marco, onto the ship, and Marco eventually grew to become his most trusted right-hand man. Theory's dead. It's cooked. The head cannon's over, boys. Fuck, man. Damn. Like, I want to waste... okay. That one, it happens. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, okay? It was a nice theory video that we thought... I just thought was going to be a pretty cool discussion, but get fucked. Get fucked. I was wrong on that theory. Fair enough. Theories are the theories. Power scaling matters to me more in terms of being right or wrong. Theories, a lot less so. But it is what is there. Okay, Oda Sensei, I have a question. What exactly are the only 5 types of flying abilities confirmed? Ooh, I was told about this. Okay, Oda has damn. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. Hold on. This question right here. Hold on. Okay. Let's read this with focus. Oda Sensei, I have a question. What exactly are the only 5 types of flying abilities, quote unquote, confirmed in the world that Pell mentioned? There are so many abilities that allow for flight now that I'm totally confused. Please tell me. Cut right to the Kawaii. Laughs. A lot have been said about this over the years, but looking at it from my perspective, how on earth is anyone in that world supposed to know every piece of information across the entire globe? Like, who is out there researching exactly how many people in the Tontata tribe can fly? Laughs. So the official in-universe answer is that was simply the extent of what Pell had heard. Damn. So that's how Oda is going to parry that. It wasn't like a statement of fact, more like this is what Pell understood to be the case. But as someone that lives in Alabasta, how would he know the true scope of how many powers there are really? But at the same time, there should be hold on though, Oda. There should be a Devil Fruit encyclopedia. And you should know the names of those encyclopedia names. So people would know what powers exist out there. So yeah, I reckon that. Yeah, pretty much. Because this man said, dodge! Yeah. So Oda kind of retconned that. It is what it is. To be fair, I think there was 2 Tontaras that have flying bug powers. Right? I think maybe there's 1, but I think it's 2. Then there is Marco. Then there's Pell. Then there's King the Wildfire. Have actual bird powers. Then you have Stronger, who's the Pegasus power. Right? Then you have Kaido and Momonosuke don't actually fly. They like walk on clouds per se, so they're not really flying in powers, but they kind of do fly. There's that one dude with helicopter power, but it's not really a flying creature. He's a helicopter. I think this is maybe someone has a bat power, but I forget. Either way, Killingham can fly. True. So Killingham, Loki. Yeah, Loki's a dragon, right? Shiki, NL. Well, though to be fair, with Anna, he's not really flying, he's floating. Same thing for Emu, same thing for Luffy. They're kind of flying. I mean, they're kind of floating. It's like Kizaru, because he's light, he weighs very little. So he can just kind of float there in like the air, you know? Dofi's not flying, he's using strings. When Dofi used his strings to go from Punk Hazard to Dressrosa, or vice versa, he used his strings to connect to the clouds like Spider-Man, and he swung across the ocean that way. Yeah, his strings touch the clouds. Yes. Can Babyfly fly? Really, I forget. Yeah, Emu had wings to fly, but he's not really a flying power per se. It's like I interpret it as okay, bird-like abilities, like abilities that actually have wings that can fly around, right? So the Pegasus stronger, the Falcon the Falcon Pell, Margot the Phoenix, the Pterodon, King the Wildfire. Or somebody else too. Oh yeah, like the bugs that we see in Tontadas, like they fly. Laffy's unknown right now. Actually, ironically, I need to do a short video too. I gotta do a short on a subject. Okay. Do it. Let's continue, all right? However, this line actually held a different meaning for me personally. It was a line meant to keep myself in check, reminding me you can think up as many fly abilities as you want, but don't overuse them. Currently and culturally and scientifically speaking, technologies have appeared where you think, why don't you guys just build an airplane? But it's a world view that stops just short of developing in that direction. Laughs. Why? Because this is a pirate manga. It's the same. Oh, dude. That's why. Because he can't stand Shiki for a reason, right? It's like there are some things about Shiki's powers that don't make any sense, or that he just can't stand. He didn't like any character fighting around like a Dragon Ball Z character. He didn't like that at all. But Shiki breaks that mode entirely, and he hates that. He can't stand that. Like how there are powers that can be used to kick the air and move around, or like techniques, or powers that can use let's say technology, like boosters, that kind of shit. But he cannot stand Dragon Ball like shit. He just for like flying, he just doesn't like it at all. All right. Even though Emu and Luffy are flying right now, but either way. To stay true to the theme of the sea and sailing ships, I couldn't let it become a world where everyone is just buzzing around in the air. That was the sentiment. Behind writing that line. Moving forward, I will maintain the stance that flying is a rare and exceptional thing. You heard the man. You heard the man. So that explains that. Okay, that's actually a very important question. That's actually because, like, you know, the idea of limiting the powers that way. Yeah, that's actually very important. That's a very important line, and explains what's going on in the story. But it is also kind of retcon. We're like, okay, he was just wrong, essentially, or like that was his assumption, but he was wrong. But it was already kind of retcon anyway, because again, whether it be Buffalo, whether it be the insect or the Totada ability users, whether it be Marco, whether it be Pell himself, whether it be Stronger, whether it be all these powers, like people are flying constantly, like all over the place, you know. Mars can, but Mars we don't know is actually a fruit user per se. Like he has a power that's named after a mythical being, but is he actually a fruit user? You know, Kaido can kind of walk. Loki can fly with actual wings. You know what I'm saying? Like they can fly. So Sengoku, can he fly? I haven't seen him fly yet. Yeah, true fly versus pseudo fly is the subject there. But you could argue that like Luffy and like Luffy's like pseudo flying. He's not truly flying. He's floating per se. But fly with actual wings, like a hawk or an eagle or a bat or a pterodon or a dragon, that's different. Like Kaido and Monosuke, they're like pseudo flying. They actually like they walk on clouds, or Buggy, yeah. They're pseudo flying. That was original question, honestly. Okay, that one for sure need to be answered. Well, question. Good stuff there. Okay, so that whoever asked the question, the reader, good stuff. More. Again, boys. Okay. Let's see what we got.